towards our first destination, which is Nako. On way we will stop at Khab for the Sangam. Khab, and
in 300 meters, turn left.
there is the junction. The drive from Kalpa to Nako is almost around 98 kilometers via National Highway 5 and National Highway 505. The road conditions are brilliant, but the valleys are now nearing the dangerous ones. The drive is a treat to the eyes, with the Kinnaur Valley beauty reaching to its peak and with nearing the Spiti Valley. On way, there is Poo, where the last petrol pump is available before Kaza. It is highly suggested to get the tank fill at Poo accordingly. The first most beautiful place to visit, the Khab Sangam, where the Spiti River merges with the Satluj River coming from Tibet. Khab is a small village in the state of Himachal Pradesh. It is located in the Satluj River valley near the India-Tibet border. Khab Sangam is the confluence of Spiti River and Satluj River. The Spiti River flowing through the Spiti Valley here meets the Satluj, which originates from Mansarovar Lake in Tibet. The ancient monastery of Tashigang Gompa is nearby. The peak of Rio Purgil, which rises to 22,400 feet, is visible, and the cold desert of Spiti lies across the nearby bridge. we are at Khab, where the Spiti river meets the Satluj. So we are at Khab, and it's around 12:15. Here the Spiti river meets the Satluj river. So you can see this is the Spiti river, which is coming from Spiti, and it meets the Satluj river, which is coming from the left side. From there, that's the Khab bridge, and there you can see the two rivers meeting. The difference in color is clearly visible there. From here we will be moving towards Nako. We'll try to have lunch there, and after Nako we'll go to Tabo. We will decide at Nako where we will be heading. After a wonderful drive to the beautiful Kinnaur-Spiti Valley, we reached Nako. So this is the homestay we are staying in at Nako. The most important part is the beautiful view of the Spiti Valley from the balcony. It is a nice homestay. होमस्टे ठीक ठाक है, मैं उतना अच्छा भी नहीं बोलूँगा, मेंटेनेंस उतना अच्छा नहीं है, लेकिन इसका जो पॉजिटिव पॉइंट है कंपेयर टू अदर होमस्टेज हियर, सी यू कैन फाइंड होमस्टेज नियर द लेक ऑल्सो, राइट, बट द प्रॉब्लम वुड बी टेकिंग द कार्स देयर, taking your vehicle there and parking there, and you will have the lake view there. You can opt for that, but the advantage of this homestay, which is Galaxy Homestay, which is right on the crossing, is that you will get a nice view from the balcony of the Spiti Valley. So depending on what you desire, you can choose your homestays. And these homestays on the side of the valley are really cheap, not really well maintained, but okay for stay. Yeah, like with family it would be a bit of trouble. I mean, you have to adjust to few things, like the water pressure is really low, but if you are with friends, say two friends, then there is nothing better than these homestays. So you should decide based on that. Chalo, fish ko chalo. That is the Galaxy. You can see that is the Galaxy homestay where we are staying. This is the crossing, the road which goes to the Nako lake. Now one can also visit the Nako lake from the other side, on the monastery side. But if you are going by vehicle, then you should take this route. The vehicle will go up to that extent and then you have to walk. So this is the homestay we stayed in, and this is a restaurant in front of it where we normally did our breakfast. Now this restaurant also has a homestay, but that it has a common bathroom, so we could not opt for it. Nako in Spiti River Valley is a village in the Himalayas located close to the Indo-Tibet border in the Trans-Himalayan region of Kinnaur district. Nako Lake is a prominent feature here where it borders the village. Nako Monastery, dated to 1025 CE, is located in the village as well as several other Buddhist courtens. Nako Monastery is in the upper part of the village, and Nako Lake are important landmarks in the village. Nako is the largest village in Hangrang Valley at an elevation of 3625 meters. It is set against the scenic backdrop of Rio Purgyal, which has an elevation of 6816 meters and is the highest mountain in Himachal Pradesh. The village is now on a more stable location near the Nako Lake, which is formed by the slopes of the mountains of Rio Purgyal. Earlier it was in a location on the opposite bank of Nako River where it was subject to tectonic upliftment. Nako Lake is a high altitude lake in the Poo subdivision of Kinnaur district of the state. It forms part of the boundary of Nako village and is named after it. It is about 3662 meters above sea level. The size of the Nako lake is around 500 meters long and 20 meters wide, and the depth of the lake is estimated to be around 60 meters. The lake is surrounded by willow and poplar trees. There is also a foot-like impression ascribed to the saint Padmasambhava. Several miles away, there is a village called Tashigang, around which there are several caves where it is believed that Guru Padmasambhava meditated and gave discourse to the followers. There is a waterfall nearby which has a snow water falling like a river of milk. Legend says that it is a heavenly realm of fairies. In one of the caves, you are still able to see the live footprints of these fairies or other demigods. It is a sacred place for the people of these valleys. There is also boating which is available in the Nako lake. We arrived at Nako around 1:30 p.m. We decided to stay here only. After having lunch at 2:30, we booked a homestay. Luckily, we got it. It was very rushed today because of peak season. So right now we have come to visit the Nako lake, and here is the Nako lake. You can see. I last came in 2012, and believe me, everything has changed now. We have to come to the lake via stairs. Earlier there were no stairs, there were no homestays here. And as of now, everywhere we only see homestays and homestays and homestays. And as a result, the lake has been completely transformed. There is even boating now here, I can see. Everything has changed in last 13 years. So we will be staying here, and tomorrow we will be visiting Gyu Monastery and then Tabo. And we are not yet decided we are going to stay. So this is through the Nako village. It's a beautiful village even today, although there has been a lot of construction over the last many years, but even today the village is really beautiful. So we got down the lake from the other side, and we will go via the parking ground, and from there we will exit. তারা ওখানে জিজ্ঞেস করতে করতে যেতে হবে, না কিন্তু হারিয়ে যাবো। এই যে পার্কিং গ্রাউন্ড বললো না। So wooden houses here. Lake के लिए? We're entering the monastery now, Old Nako Monastery.
See? আমি বসে জল খাওয়া একটু। This is the helipad at Nako village. You can see. This is right on the side of a beautiful valley view.
With this, I come to the end of the two parts, part 4 and 5, wherein we traveled from Chitkul through Kalpa and finally reached the Nako village. Friends, do keep following this particular series of our extensive journey through the Spiti Valley Circuit and the Leh Circuit till the last part and enjoy the beautiful experience with us. Till the next part, do take care of yourself and bye for now.